Well, hi everyone. I'm John Retland, and this is my review of NWA Powerrr episode 19. Coming a little bit earlier because I've been working a whole lot and was able to be off in enough time to watch this live. And let's just jump right on into it. We have Sean Mooney writing down the card, talking about, what we're going to see and bringing that professionalism and that energy. You could tell he's having a whole lot of fun. And, old school fans, newer school fans are really going to appreciate Sean Mooney. They'll remember him from back on what was at the time WWF television. But I like Sean Mooney, and I just like the cool, sports based, appeal that he has. I don't know. He just treats it like a sport, and it's really really nice. So we then have Dave Marquez interviewing Tim Storm. Tim Storm comes out and says, even though he lost to Thomas Latimer, it's for me to say last week, he's not going to give up. He will be a champion. He's going to forge his own path, and if it takes him past Strictly Business, he will face them again. Thomas Latimer comes out, all booze, and all that, and says, Strictly Business is done with you. Well, why would we want anything to do with you? We've beaten you before. All this has beaten you. I've beaten you. All this, da. And then Tim Storm says, well, wait, isn't this when Mama Storm's supposed to come out? The Mama Storm impersonator and all that. Thomas Latimer leaves. Denny Deals comes out from highspots.com. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's suddenly... It's the Mama Storm impersonator, because it obviously is. I mean, I think anybody should have been able to tell that, and I probably should have been able to, but, sometimes you just want to suspend your disbelief. But obviously he impersonates Mama Storm, and then Tim Storm gets upset, and, Denny's talking about wanting to lead him and say, hey, I could lead you to championship glory. I could do a lot of good for you. You get door number one, which is unicorns and rainbows, or door number two, which is Hellfire, and references something from Tim Storm's past, how Tim Storm won the NWA Championship. And, how this happened. Oh, wait, who could it possibly be? Denny says, beat my handpicked guy, and you get 5 minutes of me. Don't, and, a lot of shit will happen. So, he didn't say that, but that was the implication. So, here's Jax Dane, and I apologize if I don't know too much about him. I tried to pay enough attention to the NWA brand since its, rebirth, but really until the Crockett Cup pay-per-view last year and when NWA Powerrr started coming along, I was only able to pay a little bit of attention. But I've heard the name. I've heard he's good. I'll have to go back and look at some of his stuff, but they have a stare down. Really, really good. I really enjoyed this, and hey, you're going to revisit history and, maybe bring some darkness from Tim Storm's past. Hey, all for it. And it's nice to see them referencing this stuff. Old school, it's a good way to build it. And then we get to the one thing I did not like on this goddamn show. Nikita Koloff and Lex Luger man camp. I got nothing against Nikita Koloff. I have tremendous disdain for Lex Luger, and people will know why. That is all I'm going to say right here. I know that Luger had a pretty damn good run as U.S. champion and a pretty good first run when he was WCW champion. But I have my reasons why I do not like Luger. I do not respect Luger. Nothing against Nikita. That soured me a little, but you know what? I'm not going to fault the NWA here. They were throwing back all this stuff, but just personal disdain towards Luger. If you want to know why, you can talk to me on Twitter, because I'm not going to bog down this review. I will, however, say we have a Matt Cross interview up next. And Wrestling is Forever, Matt Cross is Forever. Matt Cross, goddamn great. I got to see him about this time last year. And you got to face Ultimo Dragon. I got to see Ultimo Dragon live in a wrestling ring in 2019. What is this like? 2020 is also good. By the way, support your local independent wrestling. If not for going to indie wrestling, I would have not seen Matt Cross in person. I've seen him before. He wrestled in Lucha Underground all over the world. And he just has this fired up promo. And we get a 3-way match. And non-TV title match. Matt Cross outlanches Zicky Dice and the TV champion Ricky Starks. And this is good stuff. Zicky playing, not guitar, not Ziggy play guitar, but he's playing defense and everything. And he'll get knocked out of the ring, and he'll, just do this and all this stalling. Cross and Starks having, a good match, good back and forth. And in the end, it looked like, Starks is going to get pinned. We get the shooting star press from Matt Cross. And oh no, Zicky's in the corner, obviously playing possum, because right after that shooting star's hit, Cross gets chucked out. Zicky gets pinned on the champion. 1, 2, 3. So obviously Zicky is going to get a chance to face Ricky Starks for the TV championship. If not in a future episode of Powerrr, then possibly, at the Crockett Cup. I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention to the spoilers. Please don't put the spoilers in the comments. But anyway, it was cool to see Zicky do this. It's a good way to advance the story. And then we have the May Valentine Diary. Her life in the NWA and meeting fans and stuff like that. Look, she's trying. Apparently, she doesn't have really a background in wrestling. She's trying. I'm not necessarily sold on the character, but it's different. At least they're trying something. I give them that. I'm not necessarily a fan of it, but also, I mean, I can at least let play out a little bit. And she has this kind of deadpan, almost like, I don't want to even say mocking tone, but she just has this tone where it's like, yeah, I know, I'm playing you guys, because I think obviously she's going to end up, being a full-on heel, and she's just saying, oh, but I'm this good person. Oh, Camille's actually a good person. And references them staring down. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this, but it was what it was. Hey, they're at least doing some stuff and trying to give the character some personality. And then we have Joe Galley interviewing Aaron Stevens and keeps egging him on and stuff like that. It's like you keep running away. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And they do that back and forth for a while. And Galley asks him to defend his championship at some point because, oh, you left the question mark high and dry. No, yes, all that. And then Trevor Murdoch and the question mark. And this was quick. Really quick. Question mark goes for the Mongrovian chop. Hits into the, turnbuckle. When the turnbuckle pivot hurts his hand. Quick bulldog off the top. 1, 2, 3. And Trevor Murdoch basically is going to earn a championship shot at Aaron Stevens at some point. Aaron Stevens lays him out. Beats him up in the corner. Lays the elbows in. All that. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Now we get Sean Mooney interviewing Nick Aldis, hyped for facing Murray Skrull at the Crockett Cup, but does give him a chance to back out on the deal. He did have one funny thing where he's talking about Aldis is talking about how he is the man helping run the NWA, that he's the one creating the money, creating the cash flow. It's not trickle down economics, it's nickel down economics. I appreciate that wordplay. That was brilliant. And so Skrull comes out. Here comes Marty. Marty says, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's have the match right now. And he gets his umbrella in the ring, takes off his shirt, all this. And Aldis is like, are you sure you want to do this? Latimer shows up. Isaac shows up. Oh, we're getting all the strictly business. But then suddenly, a wild Brody King appears. The only kind of Brody King. He comes down the stairs through the fans. Not through the fans, literally. That would have been messy. And starts brawling with everybody. And we get a big schmoz, but the odds are even. Because really, you only need Marty and Brody King because Brody King is a big lad. He really is. And then we get Eddie Kingston, who wants the Pope. We've got, people wrapping their fists in tape and words. We got a lot of words. We got lots of good words. Pope talking about, money and everything. Pope gets what he wants. Eddie Kingston with a very, very fired up promo. Very good stuff. Definitely not as good as one he did recently, but my God, you can't recapture that magic so quickly. But Eddie Kingston, one of the best promos, means every word he says. Pope with some good stuff. Here are the bouncers all of a sudden. And they're on Kingston's side until Pope says, oh yeah, I can buy, I don't drink, but I can buy some booze if I want. And the bouncers attack him. They attack Kingston, that is, and lay him out. So we're getting that. Okay, cool. Whatever. Pope's like getting into people's heads and using money and stuff like that. And then we get a Thunder Rosa Molina video package. We get NWA Powerrr update with Sean Mooney, Crockett Cup hype. Rock and Roll Express are in the tournament, as you would expect. And Dice versus Starks for the TV title next week. So I do apologize for not remembering that. I had a lot of notes that was going on with, but watch that get interrupted. And then suddenly, they extend it till the pay-per-view. Who the fuck knows? I think Matt Cross is going to come out and cause something. We're going to get that three-way again for the championship, possibly at the pay-per-view. But who knows? Again, if you know spoilers, please don't post them. So we then get Thunder Rosa versus Molina. It doesn't happen. No lockup. Molina just does this. She's like, I'm the one that created this. I'm the one that did this. And then she leaves. She gets counted out. Thunder Rosa's mad. Allison Kay comes down and chases Molina into the ring. Looks like she's about to beat her. And wait, suddenly, here's Camille. Boom! With a spear. The best spear in wrestling. Easily. And we get that. She stares down Thunder Rosa, and that's the end of the show. By the way, Thunder Rosa, yes, the shirt. I know. I will always promote the fact that and talk about the fact that I got to see her live at the first ever Without a Cause show, which is why I have this shirt. But Thunder Rosa's awesome. So happy for her success. That match with Allison Kay at Hard Times is still on my favorite matches of the year list. So this was a damn good show. It was, Yeah, the lack of matches does dip the grade low, but I really did enjoy this. I'm going to say B minus because had there been a couple more matches, at least quality matches, and not just angle matches, this probably would have been a solid B, close to a B plus, because everything flowed really well. But anyway, B minus, still enjoyable, great promos, and that first match was pretty good. So anyway, pull above my head perhaps. If not, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.